Oh, this one's a proper toss-up for me, just because Dignitas played so well yesterday. We were making jokes, and you said that I'm not backing apparently Jack. Of course, that's not true at all. He is a wonderful player, and he's slotted into Dignitas so well. I know, I love it. Normally, I'd say that Galaxy Racer would be my favourite here, but on current form, the ease with which Dignitas dispatched BDS, we cannot exaggerate that enough, literally BDS, then I think you do have to say that Dignitas are slight favourites here. However, they are an inconsistent team. I started the cast yesterday by saying Dignitas flattered to deceive. They look great, and you think, oh, they must beat this team because they're in such good form. And then the one that they're expected to win, that's the one they end up losing. So I'll go Dignitas, but it's 52% to 48%.
I'm just excited no matter what teams we see. Oh my gosh, how does that not go in? How did Ixo not pinch that past? Okay, the defense from Dignitas coming out gigantic to begin with. That's one of the ones where you see your teammate, Ixo, slow it down, and you're like, no, just drive into it, be as quick as you possibly can, then I can clear up at the back. But no, fair play. Ixo is normally a very intelligent player. Joris, though, over one, and not the double! What? This series is silly, and Jack brings us back to normality. What? There goes gravity.
It does. I mean, you can still see them falling there, despite the lack of gravity, via that flip reset from the ceiling. Anyway, apparently Jack finally did the job that needed to be done. I am stunned that Joris didn't score that goal.
I know.
I was already writing his name on my little notes.
We saw Justin and also Salem recently in very similar circumstances where they just have to get the double, and both missed it. Where Salem's was to to secure the bracket reset in winter?
Not quite. It would have put them one up against Top Blokes with about a minute or so left in the 7th game. So it wouldn't have secured it, but it basically would have. It was silver gold territory, is what it was.
And it was heartbreaking because I know Salem they was the most like free play looking as far as I remember goal.
It was.
You've got to avoid that. Panda went for a meander and still managed to find the demo. Respect. All these infield passes, by the way, are finding a player and they are being absolutely rocketed slightly too high, but the space for Dignitas is there for them to capitalise on.
Yeah, been a couple of really big finishes from Dignitas. They're certainly not hitting their shots without confidence. Whether or not they're going in is another question, but they're connecting with them as hard as they possibly can do. I played Crew Battle yesterday with Ixo, and he is an absolute gentleman. He is lovely. He made me feel so comfortable as a teammate. Of course, he and Virtuoso are just a zillion times better than I am, but they never made me feel silly or bad. And yeah, I just want to shout out what a lovely young man he was. And also Matane in Mafia, he started off. He didn't throw. It was Johnny that threw. It was Johnny that threw. Matane was trying.
Argue enough. Matane didn't argue nearly enough.
You're so wrong. Matane saw it all coming. He was the genius that understood everything from beginning to end. He just wasn't trusted.
Yeah, no, he didn't argue it enough. I saw 2 minutes at the end and he didn't argue it enough.
You're so
That was the problem. It's never on Johnny. Hashtag I stand with Johnny.
Never stand with Johnny. Nobody wants to do that. Apart from Smellsworth.
I saw you snipe CJ at one point.
Yeah, so I was Vigilante, and in the first nighttime, I was like, I know who it is. Thought I'd snipe CJ. Ended up being right. I was so worried that I was wrong, though, because when CJ was confirmed dead, I was absolutely petrified, yeah. And then Ken, the guy who was running it after I was out, he said, just so you know, you were right. And I was like, yes, thank goodness. What a shout.
I've not played. I can't wait for, like, it's so good, by the way, that BTS have put on a Rocket League event and have continued to have the Mafia-style games going on. It's so cool. I absolutely love watching these events, like normally when they're obviously as a LAN. Looking forward to the next one. It is a LAN. Hopefully we will be able to be there as well. But otherwise, what a fantastic interim event this has been.
Yeah, and tonight there is pre-recorded content. FMA's incredible Among Us map will be shown as Violent Panda follows it home. The champ won double there. Look at him follow it up, 2-0.
From the Grand Champ pass as well. Like, and I'm there. By the way, I'm obviously there. Like, I always plan to be in that perfect position. Dignitas, man, they're running rings round Galaxy Racer.
Yeah, Galaxy Racer haven't had too many chances. Dignitas had that, was it a save earlier or a miss? I think that was a decent save at one point from Dignitas. But other than that, Galaxy Racer aren't creating too many chances. Dignitas are closing them down well.
There was the Ixo, not miss, he did have to wait in fairness, but there was the Ixo opportunity at least.
Yeah, hopefully playing with me yesterday hasn't... Hopefully I've not rubbed off on him. He hasn't learnt too much from your boy. And I was like, if I'm slower and less accurate, maybe that's what my team will need.
Maybe if I use a silly flat car, I'll be better at the game.
You haven't got
What
Dominus.
would you do if you loaded in... No, Batmobile. Dominus is perfect. Which, by the way, people should use more. I'm sick and tired of Octane at this point. I want more Dominuses. Me and you both agree goals look cooler in a Dominus.
Yeah, because an Octane is just a big, flat sledgehammer. I mean, if that had gone in, I wouldn't have cared. Fennec, dull.
Fennec's better than
Dominus,
Octane.
I disagree there. I do think that the Fennec is the most dull car, in my opinion. Just a boring old square. Who's ever seen a cube and thought, wow, that's an interesting shape?
That's an interesting cube. Well, firstly, do you, as an adult, have a favourite shape out of interest?
Triangles are pointy.
Triangles are nature's strongest shape.
Isn't there the song that goes, triangles are my favourite shape, or something? Tessellate or whatever.
Oh, you're thinking of Alt J.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's tessellate. Yeah.
So he has a favourite shape.
Yeah, but their whole thing is like on a Mac keyboard, if you press Alt and J, it gives you the little delta symbol, which is what their logo is as well. That's what a triangle is. By the way, the best shape is a hexagon.
2-0 to Dignitas in game number 1. And they... Oh, I've gone very pixely. Hi, guys. How am I looking?
Look at you. It's Pixel Cole.
Oop,
You have to speak like a pixel man.
I am a pixel man.
You come from down the way. What can you play? So called Dignitas, they ended up taking the first game. It was 2-0 with a chance for Galaxy Racer early on, but not much from there. Are you worried as a diehard Galaxy Racer fanboy, or should they be tweeting already like BDS did the other day, saying, we've already lost, GG?
Yeah, that was an impressive tweet there from the
good.
BDS Twitter operators. No, there is no chance that Galaxy Racer are starting to think already that they're worried. It was a relatively slow game 1. Dignitas were nowhere near the speed that they showed against BDS, so that'll be a good sign for Galaxy Racer because I do back them to win a slower lobby with their superior mechanics to pretty much anyone. Although saying that,
Wait,
they are
Galaxy
against
Racer have
Jorius.
got superior mechanics than...
I was going to say, they are against Jorius.
Dignitas.
So that makes things tricky. Normally in a threes
Jack.
game... Yeah, I would say yes, then apparently Jack, no, then Jorius.
Yeah, go on.
He's a flick master, that's all.
Yeah, there we go.
One trick pony.
What, the mechanics? Right, so he shows you mechanics, and then you're like, yeah, but apart from that mechanics, which he is maybe the best in the world at.
He's just a flick master.
Mate, keep caster cursing, and you'll get some of your little finger lopped off.
I don't want that. I'm scared to cast a curse of you in the lobby. No, all that's going to happen is you're going to get a black eye and you're going to end up being beaten up. You're going to be Scott Sterling, mate. You're going to keep just getting pummeled
God, Sterling!
by a Rocket League ball.
That is one of the best clips that is frequently reposted on Reddit. That's one that I will always be happy to click.
I disagree with what you say, but I will fight to the death.
No,
for your
you know
right
I
to say
hate...
it. What?
I hate Reddit references so much. They're the worst thing. It's not a good phrase.
Oh, mate. You know the problem with Arsenal, don't you?
No, right. This one really annoys me because there's so many other better quotes from the IT crowd that no one ever says.
But they do always try and walk it in. And what was Wenger thinking, putting Walker on that early? I put that to you, Stumpy. It's an important question.
I don't care about your questions. Right, Cole, Dignitas, they've already 1 goal up after proving you wrong.
It was a flick.
Oh,
No,
so
that
that's a
doesn't
pass.
prove me wrong.
Oh. No. Oh, we're fine. Not we,
Okay.
so they're fine.
Yeah, what are you doing? Come on,
I
you
don't
can't go
know.
full Dignitas. This is turning into you versus me, and I'm okay with that. I will stick with my pick of Galaxy Racer.
You're
I'm
defending
not-
yourself to the right to the death to say it.
Exactly, I will. Come on, you Galaxy Racers.
I've got a deal going with Violent Panda. I can't remember the exact rules, but if he wins Worlds or EU Major, I think we changed it to, then he has to buy me a Dignitas jersey where on the back it says Violent Panda's best mate. Right?
Aw.
And if I think they come like in the bottom 8 or something, I'm buying him some subpar merch. And he has to wear it like on stream or something.
Oh, that's cute. Well, he won't be able to wear it at Worlds, will he, if they've come bottom 8. Oh, what a touch that is from Jorius. Go on, follow that. That's the sort of touch that deserves a goal. I was hoping that one had gone in. It's another slower game, this second series. The pace isn't enthralling just yet. I know everyone's probably thinking we need to talk about the game a little bit more, but suddenly that is why new Dignitas are so good. Their control of the speed. Suddenly it's like, you know what?
Turn.
Now's the time.
Jack's turning as well there. Even if Panda didn't pass, the keeper has to consider the pass might be coming. Panda could have solo played that because he was in a really good position, dead on that goal, and had good ball control, and I think had just picked up some boost too. Jack just made the goal a little bit wider for him.
How has Joris flipped that ball so far? That one went pinging. That was beautiful.
That's another good intercept from Joris. He's getting so many awkward little touches around the defense, right?
Oh,
so
here we go.
middle.
Pass.
Again! Literally how? I thought that was way too slow, but that is just straight onto Panda's nose. Oh, the fake as well on Ixo.
I'm not being funny, mate, but I'm still yet to
Agreed.
see apparently Jack aerial in this game. He's done a lot of floor play. Fair play to the lad.
Floor play to the lad.
Here we go. Is he gonna? No, he's not jumping. He's not got the
Still
confidence to jump yet. Yeah, let Violent Panda take that
Mate,
one.
this
That
is
one's too high.
ridiculous.
This is
Okay,
ridiculous.
right. This isn't Galaxy Racer. Look at him. So, fair enough. 4. That's 4 in only half the game.
Yeah, just after half time.
Why
And
is
that
it
is
like that?
4. It's I was chatting with Yumi yesterday about caster cliches, and half time is one. Go on, Joris, sink that, please.
Oh, how? Oh, that's so... Oh, my God.
That is the clutch save of the day from Retain. Galaxy Racer are back, baby. That's going to spur them to life. They're going to spring up and remind everyone how good they are, because we're not seeing it at all, and it's because Dignitas are absolutely crushing them with these passes. It's so cliche, but it's so true. The Dignitas infield pass machine is whirring. It is humming.
But
it is gently working.
It's one thing to know, to be able to do infield passes, and it's another thing to know how to do them and when. And to have that timing down to a tick. Jarius, you've just proved my point perfectly, mate. So that's when you shouldn't. That's when you clearly shouldn't go for an infield pass. Oh, what an interception, Jack.
Sorry, I'm gone. You go. That was too perfect.
Oh,
Mate,
cheers,
you're
cheers,
over.
Jarius, mate. Appreciate that, pal. Arju. Oh, I thought you could have that. No, it's it's one thing to know genuinely like when you should go for them, and when it's a good idea, and it's another time to then just go for them all the time. And with Dignitas of old, as it comes down to it, as we always say, they just infield pass for too much. It was every single time. Now there's more ability on the team. They've got better solo plays, and Jack just aerialed once. Oh, mate, that would have been a good one to prove you wrong again.
Yeah, what a first aerial that'd be. That's the sort that you put on Reddit and say, not as good as some of yours, but just got my first aerial and I'm really proud.
I always downvote those posts, and I hope people know that.
Apparently Jack would have got at least 1,700 karma for that filth. Okay,
So it's when you see someone say, or when you see somebody say, my first aerial, like you said, not as good as yours, but there's some that I see on here, but I'm still proud of it, downvote. I don't even look at it, downvote, get rid.
My least favourite is this good for 76 hours? Question
Yeah.
mark. And it's a flip
Grand
reset.
champ
It's like,
in 9 hours, first flip preset. And it's like, what? Literally how? And also, you know it is. You just want the affirmation.
well,
no
there's
more
plenty of
goals, by the way.
affirmation that we can give Dignitas, who have scored 6 goals unanswered. They're going to attempt a pinch. It's just not happening at all for Galaxy Racer today. Even the shots aren't going on
Yeah.
target. But they're not playing at their best. Of course they're not. But Dignitas
But they have to.
playing so well for the second day in a row, keeping that consistency, finding each other. Hopefully the fact that Joris did one infield pass too many will remind him that actually occasionally just dodge the ball towards the goal, see what happens,
Yeah.
lads. But blimey. Ixo leaving the match. Reckon a car change coming up for Galaxy Racer?
If he goes, what card did you play yesterday when you were on his team?
I played Dominus.
Maybe he's going Dominus. Maybe this is where he switches and follows Coolcar.
I actually used a Dignitas decal. I've got Dignitas decal with my Alpha hat and my Alpha boost
Yeah, I gave you it
and
back, didn't
my
I?
golden nugget. You did after about 3 years. I don't know why. You just did.
Yeah, I kind of regret it now because I've just got standard boost and I feel poor. So can I have it back?
No, I'm using it now. I use it on my orange car, not on my blue car.
Right. Well, Cole, that's down Dignitas 2-0 up. Like you said, 6 goals unanswered. 10 minutes of gameplay, that is. That's actually kind of crazy. I'm going to give you the question of the day.
Yes.
Clean sweep?
No.
Because the chances that Galaxy Racer had, it was one shot each. That was it in that game. Whereas I think on Dignitas they had 12.
I refuse to accept that I live in a world where Dignitas get consecutive best-of-7 clean sweeps against Team BDS and Galaxy Racer, and neither of them have a sub, and everything else is even, and they just beat them 4 games in a row on both occasions. That cannot be. This is not 2017 anymore. Dignitas don't do this to teams. Sure, they can get results, but not that consistently, surely. Galaxy Racer will step up as well. They have so much more potential than what we're seeing. I haven't seen them come close with a single solo play.
I mean, the only time I can think of was literally at the start of Game 1, where Ixo had to wait to try and force it in, couldn't, and then that was essentially it. That was the biggest chance they've had so far.
Furtive has also pointed out in our Discord, can we get bets on whether Galaxy Racer score a goal? They are still yet to. And as of the start of Game 3, a minute in, Dignitas are just camped in their half. The only way I'm seeing them scoring right now is if Dignitas overcommit.
Yeah.
No other playstyle for
worry.
Galaxy Racer. Yeah, it definitely could happen. But as far as Galaxy Racer are going, they're not playing this one proactively at all. Their clearances are going to nowhere. Dignitas are just swallowing it all up, and it's so impressive from Dignitas. I'm amazed.
Dignitas are the Boris Bogtrotter of Rocket League, and Galaxy Racer are a chocolate cake.
Let me try and figure out. Boris Bogtrotter is either a character from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory or the kid from Matilda.
He is the kid from Matilda.
Let's go. My girlfriend's going to be so proud of me.
And he gobbles it all up, has all that cake. After Miss Trunchbull is like, got to eat all the cake. And Boris starts off loving it. He really does. But then, is the Galaxy Racer chocolate cake too rich for him? That's my question, Cole.
Will it be Homer Simpson and his donuts? Where the devil forces Homer Simpson to eat all the donuts in the world. And Homer Simpson asks for more at the end. Oliver twists it.
So
what comparison? Homer Simpson.
Oliver twists it. He goes Oliver Twist mode, does he, Homer?
Yeah, he does. Very similar storylines if you look beneath the themes.
Oh, but that's the chance. This is still, again, though, it is just pressure coming in for Galaxy Racer, and big old Boris Dignitrotter are just doing completely fine.
Okay.
They're asking for more. More, sir.
Yeah, they are. The ball is floating in front of the Galaxy Racer goal for so long.
Dignitas are putting into such a clear swathe of space that it can bounce twice. Apparently Jack can afford to jump, arc his car, then hold down boost at 45 degrees. And finally, he's gone and got himself an aerial goal. I'm so proud. Put that on Reddit. Oh, and finally found a flip reset as well. Who is this kid?
With 2 gentle taps from the back to get it into the perfect position for Jack. That is good, that.
That is really nice. Dignitas playing at their absolute best, continuing to do so. Jorius hasn't needed to do too much mechanically. He did have one moment that was absolutely beautiful where he came from the ceiling, but it was saved by Ixo, and I thought that would spring them to life. Didn't at all. This is where Galaxy Racer, though, is so good. Mitane. He is a man that they need to step up right now. Score an absolute banger. Get them involved in this series. Something, anything, a crumb to hold on to. Then they can Oliver twist it and ask for some more.
Yeah, Oliver
You
twist
have some, or you ask for more.
Yes? Do you? I guess to ask for more, yeah, not just to ask for an amount. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, a crumb is yet to fall on the plate of Galaxy Racer. But Dignitrotter, they're loving life. That's a good chance, though. Good clear away. But Jack at the back. He's holding down the fort. I like as well, Jack isn't going in for every single challenge. I think he knows that he has to slow it down a little bit every now and then and just let the challenge come through because he won't be able to win every single challenge.
That's much better from Galaxy Racer.
Oh, that's the one.
Finally, one of their passes pays off. Archie with a gentle touch towards Mitane. I said he was the one that needed to step up, and that was an amazing shot there from Mitane because the ball was... It was at an awkward angle to him. It was a little bit more to the right instead of in front of him, and I think he would have wanted. So he really had to force that angle. One goal for Galaxy Racer. Does it completely change things for them? Do they now begin to play with a little bit more belief, a little bit more speed? I want to see them ball chase. I want to see them interrupt Dignitas, even if it is riskier.
I mean, that's going to change some momentum 100% because they were on about 14 minutes of gameplay with no goal, which is horrifying at this level. So an overtime is potentially on the cards. Dignitas, though, looking to close it out beforehand and go on to series point. Whoever wins this is the winner's match, so they will then be going through, definitely into the playoffs, pretty much. It's gonna be very interesting.
Here we go. Oh, well
chances.
played. Apparently, Jack, good read. I think Jorius had been beaten there, all ends up, but apparently Jack saw the danger. Knew what Matane was capable of, and now they're pre-flipping. Really effective weapon for Dignitas as well, like the pre-flip. The passers always seem to go into pre-flip territory, and they have got no fear in closing them down. But Galaxy Racer have managed to force an overtime.
Matane was exactly, when that ball landed, he was exactly where he then spawned for the overtime, which was quite fun. Right, is there a chance here early on? Pan to the left. Matane, though, intercepting again. Matane has been such a demon across the entirety of RLCS X so far.
Yeah.
He has been so fantastic, and it's been an absolute pleasure to watch him. He's having a very quiet day today, so he won't be happy with that performance, but if he turns it on, Dignitas do need to worry. So aiming for that, of course.
Ooh, I thought Jorius would have the pinch there, but just look at the control. Despite lacking the pinch, Matane does try to go high. I feel like in series past, Matane would have been able to put that onto the ceiling, bounce off it, have some sort of reset, and if not score, at least put some pressure on Dignitas. But in this series, Dignitas are boost starving Galaxy Racer too much. They're beating them to every loose ball. If RG wins that over Jorius, suddenly Galaxy Racer have the pick of where the ball's going to land. But Jorius is just reading exactly what Galaxy Racer is doing.
Oh,
We haven't seen too many demos, but one, well-timed one from apparently Jack, completely splits the Galaxy Racer defense. And that is something that we haven't talked about, actually, the Galaxy Racer could start to focus on. Bumps and demos. They have to disrupt Dignitas in some capacity.
I mean, Dignitas, they are so famed for how well they position with each other. As soon as you remove one cog from that machine, it becomes much, much harder to continue such a perfect offensive play.
Wow. Well played. Good defending there from Galaxy Racer. So tries to find Arju, but Arju's touch is a bit floaty, a bit nowhere, doesn't really change anything. He's going to be able to mechanic his way out of this situation, and Matane shoots another snapshot, but Violent Panda was ready for it this time. Galaxy Racer just starting to show one or two signs of life, and Dignitas have to be weary, because they would have expected to win this game after taking the lead. Galaxy Racer looking more lightly right now, I'd say.
I think it's very even. There's a lot of midfield play with the occasional poke at the other net, but the miss from Arju leaves it open for Ixo. No. No. Normally I'd entertain that idea, but no. Oh, I thought Ixo might just have a bit of a panic, but he didn't. Good lad.
That's a
Good
better
clear.
touch.
That's a great clear.
Yeah, he's got a couple of dodgy ones, but that one was solid. Really put Dignitas back in their place. And now, hopefully, for Galaxy Racer's sake, they've got some boost and they can actually start to build some sustained pressure, especially if... well played, Violent Panda. I thought that he was beaten there. Matane's still going for the solo plays. He's looking most confident, Matane, of the three Galaxy Racer players. Seems to have the most belief. Ixo hasn't done too much, which is very rare for him on current form. And Galaxy Racer are getting in each other's way a little bit as well, which is unlike them.
Is Ixo using the Skyline or the Jaeger as well? Either way, it's an odd car. It's a different choice, which I respect.
I think it's...
Is it Jaeger?
Calyx
One
uses
of
the
them.
Jaeger, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
Is that the Calyx mobile?
That's my thought. I can't quite see. It's such a weird decal that I can't even see all the detail on it.
Could be an Endo?
Not an Endo. Endo's,
No.
no, Endo's more sort of rounded.
My knowledge of cars...
I've been beaten by an Endo recently in the 1v1. I remember that car anyway.
Was it an Endo, was it?
Yeah, it was an Endo, yeah.
Oh, man.
Kaylee!
Oh, an infield pass. Closed down that time by RG,
So much
there was
rarer,
no
though.
shooting angle.
They're so much rarer going into this, going through this series, though. Like, in this game especially, what, they've had 2 or 3? Whereas before, they were trying to get them out as often as they possibly could.
Yeah, you're right. Dignitas focusing on pumping that ball forwards, trying to just build something. But Galaxy Racer aren't falling for it this time. RG doesn't have a chance for a solo play. He is the epitome of a player who can be absolutely silent in a series and then just pop up with a double flip reset out of nowhere. So even though he's struggling a little bit, you have to be wary of him if you're Dignitas. Here he is now on the left wing. He's following this one along. Jarius will catch it. Matane's coming in. There's a demo on Jarius from Matane. It's not going to be too disastrous.
Out the way.
Yeah. For a second, it looked like apparently Jack would be able to profit from that. A little bit of luck. But it didn't quite happen in the end.
I thought RG might be able to recover in one really smooth motion, but it just ends up landing awkwardly. That was a good position from Matane, though, in the end. A little bit accidental, but it still works. Oh, the fake! Oh! Right, Cole, tell you what, I've called it a fake. Is it? Tell me if Panda fakes this.
Let's have a look. Oh, I don't know.
I don't know either. Chat, is that a fake? Let me know.
Chat open?
I've got chat open. Okay. Let me know if that's a fake.
What about a smiley face if it was a fake, and a forehead if it wasn't a fake?
Well, you can type fake or not a fake.
You think that's more fun, do you, than a smiley face?
I think so, because people already started typing them.
Okay.
Gregan, literally Gregan off Guild or whatever, said fake.
Did he?
Yeah. Oh, Lawrence said it was a skyline. Thanks, Lawrence. Appreciate you. Yeah. Okay. So fake. I'll go with fake, and Violent Panda can tell me if it was or not. He normally DMs me snarky things after a series ends, and tells me off for something that I said at one point. But yeah, I think we're both Pixel Men right now, by the way. Hello.
It could be our preview.
I am
Pixel Mode.
Pixel Men. That was a brilliant series, and Dignitas in the end win in a 5-minute overtime.
1-0, 1-1, 1-0.
Oh, these are nice seats. Nice seats for Christmas, Cole. Thank you.
0-1 now. Let's go closer. Let's pitch invade. Let's go streaking.
Let's go streaking. Ooh!
Here we go.
We're on there.
Let's streaking. And Ardu, to start off potentially his streak, he scored a goal as the man. Look at that good play from Matane, saved by Jarius. And Ardu was there in the final third. 2 of them from Galaxy Racer, closing down Dignitas. Galaxy Racer need a gosh darn reverse sweep in a best of 7 against Dignitas, who yesterday beat BDS 4-0. I don't know anymore. I'm done.
Now, how many best of 7 reverse sweeps are we on now? I think it's like 6 or 7, like in proper tournaments. I think it's 6 or 7, maybe 5. Single digits, 100%. So this would join a very lucrative bunch of games if it did end up being a reverse sweep, but it could also be the most exciting 4-2 in the world.
I would say that Dignitas as well have been involved in the most famous of those best of 7 reverse sweeps against Barca to qualify for the Season 8 Worlds in Madrid.
I don't care.
Do you reckon he cares now?
I think he might care now.
Let's hope so. We'll have to ask him. And we'll send him a DM. Say, Virg, did you care whether Dignitas were going to win when you were 3-0?
Oh, no, that wasn't his wording, wasn't. I don't care if you win, and then the end. That's not how that speech went. Everybody doesn't know. Virg, the Dignitas coach, did one of the most incredible speeches of all Rocket League history. It was fantastic. It got them the reverse sweep, and it got them to Madrid. And that goal, Cole, gives Galaxy Racer the 2-goal lead.
Here it is. The solo players are coming right out from the ceiling. He actually has the boost for once to do something with it. And suddenly Galaxy Racer have reminded everyone why they are held in such high esteem, why they were my favorites coming into this series against Dignitas, despite Dignitas' incredible performance yesterday. Galaxy Racer are scary. When they get going, they are petrifying, but Dignitas are not letting them out of sight.
Not at all. And apparently Jack aerials one, gets that flip reset. I don't think then he uses it, goes down to the floor and fakes underneath and just gets the tap-in goal. Apparently Jack, mate, that's his second aerial, and I think now it's Reddit worthy.
Yeah, I think he's ready now with the good old...
That was so good.
Flicky R fake. You gotta love it from apparently Jack. Okay, so
is that
interesting start to game number 4, Stumpy. With Dignitas bringing back a goal. Who's feeling more comfortable right now? Not in the series, but just in this game.
I don't think Dignitas are worried. I think you have to take in the context of the series, to be honest, to talk about more comfortable. I would say that Dignitas probably, just because they know, oh yeah, we can beat them. That's fine. That's not a question we need to ask. Galaxy Racer are yet to know the answer to the question, can we beat them or not?
For some reason, being 2 goals up and then conceding 1, oh my goodness, so close, is absolutely petrifying, at least for me. Because suddenly you remember that you can concede goals, and that is what Dignitas are trying to prey on right now. Attacking from the front. This is where you speed up, by the way. I know you were hinting yesterday that I was a passive would-be coach.
Oh,
Ixo! That's got to go in from Ixo. Sends it out wide.
There's a blinding miss.
It's the car, mate. If he was using the endo.
If he was using the endo, mate, I'm 7-0 down. Oh my gosh. Okay, that is a bit of a heartbreaker. Couple of passes coming in though. Jack faking out Ixo, takes it to the corner, picks the 100 boost. Can he tap it down for a player? Jorius again pre-jumping. Jack and Jorius trying to link up on those pre-jumps. They tried it yesterday. They didn't quite come off, but they're attempting them again today.
That is so smart from Arju, though. He knew exactly what Jorius was going to attempt, the infield pass. And instead of trying to block the ball at source, he purposely went a little bit wider so as to get it after Jorius made his touch. That is really intelligent defending there from Arju, who has had... I'd say an increasingly defensive series. I think he's realizing that it's more on Ixo and Mitane. They seem to be popping up a little bit more on an offensive side, so he's sat back a little bit more deeply. And if he's doing defending like that, then fair play to him. There he is involved in an attacking sense, but it just goes out wide towards apparently Jack. And Jorius will catch it.
That was a lot of boost used from Mitane. He used about 70 to go in for a fake challenge, then come back around, and the mid boost wasn't there for him. And it didn't give him too much area. They've not suffered from it, but it's sent to keep an eye on. Jorius, though, removes Mitane. That is going to be fully open on the other side. Jorius going for another bomb, but all three come in to secure the goal, and they get it.
Time was running out, perhaps more than I realised. Oh, poor old Mitane. He was desperate.
Fake or not?
I think that was a fake. There was a bump in there as well. There was all sorts going on there, Stumpy. I think there probably was a fake in there somewhere, either on the ball.
I think Jack faked.
Or on the player. It doesn't matter. What matters is that Dignitas have brought back from 2 goals down. They are on the cusp of sweeping Galaxy Racer in a best of 7. You asked me the question, I think 2-0, and I said no chance, absolutely no way do they go 8-0 against against BDS and Galaxy Racer, but it's so likely now. They've got to be favourites in this game. Look at them.
Oh, Jorius.
Confidence from Jorius. This is like a 1v1 show match. Where's Johnny Boy when you need him? We need dulcet tones over this game.
Right,
but
mate.
Arju could break it. Here he comes up the ceiling. It's blocked by apparently Jack.
Oh, he scores it!
Oh, Ixo was coming in. I thought that touch would take it away, but it just sneaks in.
Oh, that is such a nice setup, though. Arju manages to beat both. Jack has to come down to try and save that, but he has to jump off the wall to do so. If he didn't jump off the wall, he could have cleared that out better, but he had about 0.2 of a second to think of that. So you can't do much about it. That is Galaxy Racer with the lead. Maybe not the clean sweep that Dignitas fans were going to be dreaming of. Mitane tries to go for the Doomsday Dish. Arju gets it central, now cleared out long from Panda. Finds the left wall, Jorius. Back to Jack, fakes Ixo. Jorius going for the bump, fake again. Goes for the bump one more time!
How did Dignitas do this? Apparently Jackie was desperate for his flick. The ball wouldn't quite drop and it was good defending from Mitane. And then the demos. That is so cruel on Galaxy Racer, but quality attacking play from Dignitas. Absolute predators in the final third. And somehow they've equalised.
They are not afraid to throw all 3 players at any opportunity that they've got on goal. Arju, though, trying to continue it. Mitane with a shot on goal. Jack does save it away. Can Jack clear it long? He does. Will Ixo let that drop? No, of course he doesn't. He catches, keeps it high, and the pressure now for Galaxy Racer.
Arju's coming in. He gets blocked by apparently Jack, but it does fall to his teammate Mitane. He wants to set something up. That's not going in.
Oh, my word.
I heard the big old gasp. That one was just arcing downward. But we do have an overtime. The first overtime of the series. I don't know how we've got to this point, but one way or another we have. Dignitas on the cusp of sweeping.
Panda, it was about half a nautical mile from the ball and went for a bump, just to try and disrupt as much as he could. Jorius on the goal line trying to bump Mitane away. Jack has to hold fort. That's one. Can he get the second pass down? Yes. Arju is low, but Ixo from the back ball can clear it away on the left-hand wing. Now Panda will pick up the ball. Can see Jack in the middle. Central. What an interception by the defender.
Galaxy Racer really started to read these passes at racing time, and then they've got the solo plays, and Ixo brings the series back to life.
That touch from Ixo with 0 boost as well. Knows he has to go for the quick shot from the catch. Does it perfectly. It only takes 35 seconds. and Galaxy Racer, they are going to get their first game of this series. That was also called the second overtime. Bear in mind, the first one in Game 3 went to nearly 5 minutes. It was just so much closer.
Yeah, because I didn't put OT on my sheet. I rely on my sheet for my memory. If I don't put something, then I am in... I don't remember that was an overtime, genuinely. I cannot remember.
I rely on whoever updates Wikipedia. I just refresh the page. I don't write anything. I refresh the page, and I hope that someone's filling in the gaps for me. That's what I go for.
That's funny because I'm actually the guy that updates Wikipedia, so
no problem. But you wrote OT on Wikipedia, but not on your notes?
And I forgot.
Oh, right, fair enough. That makes sense. That was a much better game.
Where writing stuff down on Wikipedia doesn't go into my memory box, but these notes do go into my memory box.
Can we just see your notes real quick? They're going to be quite pixely, but can we see them? I don't imagine it'll make the quality much worse.
Yeah, there's nothing there that shouldn't be read.
Let's see them.
They're scruffy.
That's
very scruffy indeed.
To be fair, though, it's very impressive that you managed to train a spider to use a pen.
You love the spider pen, Joe, don't you, mate?
Yeah, it's because you've got terrible handwriting.
Memory. Into the memory it goes.
Don't just say the word memory.
One in this series, Stumpy Goblin. It was a topsy-turvy game 4, an enthralling game 4. Galaxy Racer somehow ended up winning it. Did they speed up? Was it them upping the pace? Is that how they won that game?
Galaxy Racer picked up their controllers. That's how they ended up winning. I think Matane really did start to step up to the plate. Ixo, for the final goal, also brought himself back into that. He was having a very quiet series. I think now we're starting to see them all get turned on and start to actually play how they want to play.
Well, could this be the third overtime in this series, which I know because I've now written OT next to game number 3. We shall see. They definitely do seem a little bit more confident, more likely to look forwards when they have the ball, taking these touches, mixing up the play, putting in fakes as well, as Ixo's doing there. Almost a double commit there from Galaxy Racer, which is something that they are normally immune to. Their playstyle, they keep so much space away from one another that double commits aren't normally their problem, and you can see why, because just look at the distance between Arju and his teammates here. Ixo's there, and then the third man, Matane, flying in, putting in the shot, which is going to be saved by Violent Panda, but it's only as far as Arju keeps the pressure on. Now Galaxy Racer, the shape of their gameplay is starting to make a little bit more sense against Dignitas. Dignitas are defending well.
Yeah, again, they're Boris Bog-trottering their way through. They couldn't quite do it in that last series, though. They ended up conceding 4 goals in total, but it was a good chance while they had it in regulation. Started this game as well, starting as they mean to go on. A double commit in defense.
Joris's first name is Joris, right?
Oh, God. Hang on.
That's what you used to call
probably,
him.
Yeah, Joris or Joris Robin.
Well, the reason I say that is that I was upset with him for not changing his name to Joe Reyes when he had the chance. Is there any chance that he will change his name to Joris Bogtrotter?
Joris Bogtrotter. What about Joris Jogtrotter?
Could be. Yeah, if you want to add another level. Keep the alliteration.
If they win, oh, what a pass back on my word from Big Joris Jogtrotter. I think that if they win, Joris has to change his name to Joris Jogtrotter. Agreed?
Can I take hands on behalf of Joris Jogtrotter?
Joris Jogtrotter, you can indeed. And Cole, just quickly, do you want to know a fun fact about the J's on the Dignitas team?
Yes.
So, Panda's name is Joss, starts with a J. Joris' name is Joris. Apparently Jack's name is Jack. Verge's name is John, all J's, until you get to Jesse, who is called Connor.
No! What? Oh, that's disgusting!
That's annoying, isn't it?
I'm outraged. Oh, that would make up for it, though. A goal like that, the powers of Jesse compelling them to make these quick-fire, tiki-taka passes. Beautiful from Dignitas, didn't quite go in. What a play, though. Galaxy Racer, they have got themselves a slight lead in this one. I don't know when it happened. Apparently, Ixo scored. Who knows how that one happened?
It was a bit of a long shot. It's exactly what we said about before. Can they capitalise on the amount that Dignitas are going to be committing all 3 men up? And yes, finally, Ixo did. Jack is faking low very often, and I think that's going to catch him out eventually.
Going for these flip resets now, though, and getting another touch. What a touch that was! Retain just beat Violent Panda there to the race, but all it does is set up Joris. This is why he's so dangerous. You just know that he's capable of anything from that position. What he chooses to do is dodge it into Violent Panda, keep the dream alive. In it comes to Jorius again. Does he have the double? He doesn't, because Mitane, who has been so quick to read so many passes from Dignitas, sets up an infield one via a musty flick. Oh my goodness. But it's defended again from Dignitas. There are some spicy goals that are brewing here, Stumpy, I'm telling you, in this game.
Well, Jack wants to get some spice of his own. Sees Jorius is middle, but can't quite get the ball to him. Tank can clear it away. And goes long. I think now Galaxy Racer do not want the ball to be hanging around in their half for any amount of time. Clearing away very frequently and very far too. Jack went for one pass. Oh, and Arju manages to get it on the third.
Yeah, I think that he sensed that there was a player there going for the infield pass shot. And once again, he's defended to the side, which has been really effective. The second time we've seen that from Arju. Brilliant defense from him. But Dignitas will keep on coming. Violent Panda is hoping the ball will fall for him. It does what it does do, though, is for Jorius. He gets a double tap set up for apparently Jack. There is a goalkeeper there. Ixo, whose reflexes are on point, but Dignitas will come again.
Panda trying to go for a demo on that sidewall and just ends up tracing the outline of the defender with his boost. Mitane pops it up once and the bump comes in, but Jack stays on the goal line, holds his nerve and will continue down the pitch. Jorius chance again to have the shot. Arju removed from the pitch. This is straight up end to end with demos and bumps, and there are smoke screens everywhere. The final 30 seconds, Cole. Will this be an exciting 4-2?
I would love for this to be an overtime in all seriousness, because this game has just stepped up the pace so much. Apparently Jack is going to try and make that happen. He
Low
fakes
again.
one. Yeah, it does fake low. Arju's starting to read it. He is the smartest reader for Galaxy Racer, it seems, in defense. Mitane gratefully pumps it long, hoping that one touch, one clearance will be all that his team needs. He's going again, just trying to slow things down. This is the chance for Dignitas.
Oh, but intercepted again by Ixo, who's got boost to spare. Will end up leaving that. His teammate can come in. Jorius drops it. Oh, tries to chop it and sees Arju on his way. Ixo with the double off the sidewall. Jack will find Jorius on the right. Can go long. Can he secure the double? Arju knows that threat is there and so won't even try and let him have it. Panda keeps it up again. Finally, Ixo sends it low. Galaxy Racer taking their second game. And Cole, how many overtimes are we still on now?
We are still on 2, and I can also confirm the lowest scoring game so far in this series, our only 1-0, was to me the most exciting one. Dignitas have found the pace that they had against BDS. I know that they won the first 3 games, but I do think that was actually their best performance despite losing. The level they were playing at looked the highest, and that's because Galaxy Racer made Dignitas compete at that level, which is something they weren't doing earlier. So top play from Galaxy Racer to deal with Dignitas, who had so many opportunities to make passes. The solo players, you can see Jorius, he's warming up as well as a solo player. But Galaxy Racer are now actually looking like the team we know they are, Stumpy.
Cole, I like how your stat could apply to literally any series, because a 1-0 is the lowest score that any game could be.
You're wrong, it could be the joint lowest.
It'd still be the lowest.
Joint lowest.
But it'd still be the lowest, though.
No, if it's a joint lowest, it's not the lowest. If we
Of course
both
it is,
get...
because it's the same thing. It's still the lowest.
No, it's the... I don't know how else to word this other than just repeating myself. It's the joint lowest, not the lowest. If there's
But
only
it's the same thing if it's the same result.
Yeah. So how
If
can it be
somebody
the
jumps
lowest?
1.5 meters high and that's the highest and someone else does it as well, it's the joint highest and each individually is also the highest. It's just there's also another one there.
No, because it's not higher than the other one that's jumped the same height.
I know they're the same because it's that they're both the
So how
highest
can it
or
be
the lowest.
highest if it's the same?
But then surely you saying lowest is a superlative, and then that still means that it's still the lowest. It's the final form of low, lower, lowest.
So what I could have said was the only 1-0 in this series would have meant exactly the same thing.
If you said it was the
That's
only
what it
1-0, which is also the lowest, that would have still been correct for
I
any
wouldn't need to
series.
say it was also the lowest.
But it is the lowest.
Yeah,
Is
I know, that was my
is
point.
there any score that can be lower than a 1-0 in Rocket League out of interest? Like at the end of a game?
No, but that's not my point. My point is that there could have been another 1-0. making
it's
it
the
joint
lowest?
Yeah, in this series, yes, because it's the only
Yeah.
1-0.
So the joint lowest is also the lowest in Rocket League?
No, the joint lowest
Yes, it
isn't the
is.
lowest because there's something else that's
Of course
just as
it
low
is.
as it. No,
Yeah,
it's not.
yeah, because they're both the lowest.
If game 1 had finished 1-0 and
correct.
game 4 finishes 1-0, then
Sure.
game 4 isn't the lowest because there are 2 that were 1-0.
But they are both the lowest. So it would
But
still
the
be
joint
accurate to
lowest.
describe them. Yeah, they're joint lowest and lowest. It's just both.
We need a poll. We need to be on the summit poll.
Okay, beyond the summit poll, is a 1-0 and a 1-0 both joint lowest and lowest? Yes or no? Because the answer is yes.
My heart is beating. I'm so passionately angry at you right now.
But it's true, though.
There's nothing else I can add. I've said my piece. If people see things your way from this point, then fair enough.
What a save from Ixo, getting the joint best save of the series so far.
Well, that means a very specific thing, so I'm glad that you pointed that out. Would have been a different thing.
Quantitative rather than, or qualitative rather than quantitative, you're right.
I don't know what those words mean, but
see, that's why I win the argument. Oh, and a missed shot!
Dignitas having a few chances. I was about to say the start of game number 6, but it's not really. We're a minute and a half in. It's Galaxy Racer's turn. Matane down the wing. Goes up high for Arju, whose touch is a passive one, just towards the Dignitas goal line, trying to buy his teammates some time to pick up boost. I think they're a little bit starved, and that is why the infield pass is so dangerous. Matane sends it long. Galaxy Racer getting the best of this last 30 seconds or so, and there was the double tap, and there was the finish from Ixo.
Oh, that's such a good pass. Matane just following it the entire way and just pinches it low. You said yesterday you love those perfect pinches, and I'm fully there with you. Ixo just waits and can poach it in off the line. That puts Galaxy Racer 1-0 ahead. Only 2 minutes gone as well. This is matching the pace of the previous game too.
Yeah, this is a good one, and this series is really starting to ramp up right now with Galaxy Racer in the lead and 1 game away from at least hinting at a best-of-7 reverse sweep. The nerves must be coming back for Dignitas, but oh my goodness, apparently Jack is a fast learner.
Look, it just sticks to his nose. Those first touches and just carries it, uses all of his boost, and the ball keeps being pushed because of the momentum his car has. A goal rolling in just 20 seconds later for Dignitas.
Beautiful. Absolutely stunning. He could go again here as well. He's faked low. It's actually worked. Is it going to lead to a goal?
He didn't plan for step B. He was like, oh, I've not got this far for 2 games.
Yeah, that's true. It's the first time a low fake has one. If anyone's watching this, by the way, little tip for you if you're coming up against Dignitas anytime soon. Apparently, Jack loves to fake low. That is now known to the world. That is no longer a secret. That can't help Galaxy Racer, but it might help Dignitas' future opponents.
Good pass.
Current opponents are starting to struggle with the onslaught yet again.
That's where a shot should come out.
Yes, agreed, because apparently, Jack, he was the third man who couldn't take the risk of following that one up, so he had to just turn it down.
I see the idea, it just didn't quite work out. Jack nearly gets on the end of that snipe pass from Jorius. Jorius now goes right, finds Jack, goes high. Matane is on the backboard, though. Jorius with no boost in a very awkward position. The shot from Arju is pixel perfect.
Arju has come alive. Look at this, just tracking it all the way. He had 4 boosts to work with, but the pass from Matane was so perfect, just completely, entirely on his run. So he never had to slow down at all and check his run, and that puts Galaxy Racer back in the lead.
Man, that is a perfect shot from Arju. 90 seconds approaching. Ixo going to try and work the ball out from his own half. Jorius will go for the bump after stealing the boost as well, but Arju, great recovery.
Apparently Jack's stuck in that corner, wants to get out as quick as possible and will take that mid boost. Dignitas do have a few hundreds to work with. You just saw Ixo there in the corner of your screen getting the other mid 100, so that should even things up a little bit in that regard. But Dignitas will continue to attack despite apparently Jack having no boost to play with until it spawns right underneath him. So a couple of kite spawns for Dignitas. Oh, set them up, but that's
no boost.
Matane must score, and Matane does score.
Jorius, frustratingly, it's because Matane fakes out, actually goes slow. Jack comes in for the half rotate when he should have just headed back. Panda was in the position to continue the play. But as you said, Cole, he picked up the boost. He continued on the path that he shouldn't have ever gone down. And 2 goals clear Galaxy Racer, and Game 7 may well be happening. My question earlier, Cole, was do Dignitas clean sweep? And you said absolutely not. You were right on that one. And my question to you now, Cole, is do Galaxy Racer reverse sweep?
Well, you want me to answer that right here, right now?
Absolutely.
No. Dignitas win game. We'll go to Game 7. Dignitas win it, but it's an absolute banger. I'm talking 4-all overtime. Thrilling goal to end it. Jorius solo play at 2:19.
The mentality is rough, whatever happens, because Dignitas have had less and less chances as each game continues. Final 30 seconds, still 2 goals. Maybe an insurmountable number with this amount of time left. But they're going to be trying as much as they can. Matane, after grabbing that middle boost, can just continue to be a nuisance. Panda on that right wall has to get his central soon as the ball doesn't quite find its way, though. Matane finds an idle Jorius. And as the ball just pings out from the corner of the woodwork, Galaxy Racer give us the Game 7 that this series in Game 1 didn't deserve.
But since then, both teams have stepped up. Dignitas didn't need to play their best for the first, at least 2 of the 3. Galaxy Racer have slowly forced them to need to do just that, and now both these teams are competing about as well as we've seen them compete for a very long while. But it's Galaxy Racer that are coming out on top. They are such experts at game management. They're a team that you really trust to keep hold of a 1-goal lead if they've got 30 seconds left, let alone a 2-goal lead. The amount of space, the amount of time that each player is capable of buying just to slow down that clock, steal as much time as they possibly can, made it so tough for Dignitas to come back into that one. But Stumpy, what I would say, my pixely boy, is that Dignitas did have chances there, and they did have pressure, and they could have scored more. And that's what they have to believe as they go into Game 7.
Right now, it's going to be trying to get rid of any tilt that either of the younger players have. This is now Jorius and Jack in a very tough position. They need to keep their heads high. We saw Jorius spam his right stick. The camera went back and forth. It's what happens when players get frustrated. You have to do something. It's something that Mark Dudal was very famous for back in the day. When either something great happened or something awful happened, he would just spam it. Jorius needs to keep the head on his shoulders, and it's up to Panda and Verge to make sure that him and Jack both do that, because this Game 7 may well go down in the history books as yet another best-of-7 reverse sweep.
Yeah, we are so close from that utter rarity. But Dignitas have started Game 7 the better in the first 30 seconds or so, keeping the pressure going. Didn't quite manage to convert as many times as they should have done on that last one, but we wouldn't bet against them on this occasion. Galaxy Racer are dealing with it fairly well, though. They're picking up a lot of boosts as they go to, so they can actually complete these air dribbles away. That's what worries me for Dignitas. They're going to, as you mentioned, just start to get a little bit impatient here, and Galaxy Racer have got more than enough ability to punish them if they do that.
Great dunk from Panda. Keeps the play going, but no boost. Jorius with the pre-jump. You just see him arcing his way towards the ball. Jorius with a shot on net. Finally gets the goal. I was worried he was going to go for a pass to the idle Violent Panda, but instead just hits it hard below the crossbar. Sees Ixo is only just landing from his previous save too, so good idea from him. That gives Dignitas the lead.
There was a player that you said in the last game that didn't have a step B in mind. It was apparently Jack after he faked low. In that occasion, poor old Violent Panda was pretty much that but double, because he got his dunk, then he was in the corner, the ball was bouncing too high for a double jump. He's like, what do I do now with no boost? Amazingly, it ended up working out, but for a second he must have been panicking.
I'm still amazed we're in a Game 7. Galaxy Racer brought this back so well, and from the ceiling, Arju continues that smackdown. The ceiling pass is connected with off the pre-jump. You love to see it.
There is so much for all of us to love right now. I love that Galaxy Racer are playing well. You love that the ceiling play is well and truly in the meta. Everybody loves that this is a Game 7, and it is going to be a goal fest. It's going to happen, mate. I'm telling you, 5-4 overtime. Jorius. What number did I say? Can anyone remember? Was it 2 minutes 17? We'll get to that later, because Arju puts Galaxy Racer in the lead.
A completely open net as well. What ended up happening? Jorius caught on that back boost. Panda completely misreads it, and it's an open net.
A free goal as well. An easy one.
Yeah, one that you can just tap in. Dignitas, that is worrying. That is not how you mean to go on. Jorius removing his frustration. Gets out on Matane. Jack goes central, finds Jorius, but a little bit too much spice and pace on that ball. Ixo has it one over the top. Delays his dodge for probably exactly the amount of time he had it for. Jack does not get that far enough, and I think that was a double commit as well. Is there anybody home? Yes, there is. Jack is still there for Dignitas. 2 minutes gone. Galaxy Racer with the lead. This Game 7, spicy.
Great touch there from Violent Panda, but it was read incredibly by Ixo. Jorius underneath this one. Is he going to go for the ball? No, he's going for the bump instead, which maybe wasn't the right decision, because now Matane can come all the way forward and get the read. It was missed by the defender. Matane does not do the same, and Galaxy Racer are 3-1 up.
How many times do you think that realistically casters and Twitch chat think, okay, this is going to be a clean sweep, and then it ends up being a reverse sweep? It's such an odd juxtaposition of feelings, and it just sometimes happens. That is such a nice little pass back from Panda, though. But Jorius and Matane remove each other from the pitch. Mate, cast cliche, approaching half-time, Galaxy Racer looking much better.
This one isn't over yet, though. I'm telling you, there is a sting in this tail. There has to be. It's a series that's bouncing from one end to the other. Dignitas just needs to take one of these chances, and suddenly it's Galaxy Racer's turn to panic, but if they do score a fourth, that would completely change. Matane off the backboard, he's got the flip reset, and he's going to sink it too! Oh, the mechanics from Galaxy Racer. Smellsworth is having a disco behind him, which you guys can't see. He's celebrating.
Oh, look at
What
that
a
flip
game.
reset!
Yeah, beautiful.
Oh my word. Matane at the start of this series looked quiet. He was frankly downtrodden. He has been electrified. Matane looks more alive than we have seen him in this tournament so far. That is incredible. And Dignitas, suddenly, they need to pull something out of the bag.
I'm still telling you, man, it's going to happen. It has to. It's the only way. This game goes to overtime. I completely and utterly believe it. We just need a goal from Dignitas fairly soon. You don't back it? You don't believe?
Christ, no. This is ridiculous how well Galaxy Racer are playing. They've got 1 minute 45 to get 3 goals against Galaxy Racer, who have not given up many opportunities. Double commits will open the gates for them somewhat. But look, it's just being cleared away far and long. Panda missing again on that sidewall. That opened up the second goal previously for Arju. It's just dangerous in every single avenue.
A reminder that whoever loses this one does not go out, but they will need to win their next series in the elimination game. Whoever wins it is through in first place. So a huge reward, and maybe this is the moment that it's completely and utterly unlocked.
Oh my God.
Ixo puts on the finishing touch. There will be no comeback because Galaxy Racer have shown how brilliant they are.
5-1. They are returning the favor that Dignitas dealt them in those first couple of games. They went 14 minutes without scoring, and Galaxy Racer now with 5 against Dignitas. Still back in the overtime?
No,
6. It's 6-1. Do Galaxy Racer Brazil? That's the new question.
Listen, I'm worried that people are going to say that Dignitas have choked this. Obviously, in this final game, they've given up to an extent now. It's over. Fair enough. Galaxy Racer, well done, have committed this reverse sweep. But if I see comments saying, oh, Dignitas bottled it, Dignitas choked, blah, 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 I will be very upset because Dignitas started playing their best Rocket League in the middle of this series when Galaxy Racer stepped up. And there were close games. There were a couple of overtimes that were won by Galaxy Racer. Well, actually, Dignitas won the first overtime, and the second overtime went to Galaxy Racer, which set up their momentum. Then the next one was a 1-0 victory. Galaxy Racer have stepped up completely. In the end, it was too much for Dignitas. But
Galaxy
I want to
Racer.
celebrate both teams here.
Galaxy Racer have looked incredible. The
good.
brooms are out in full force. Another best of 7 reverse sweep has happened. Another page of history has been written today, and Galaxy Racer are the benefactors. What a step up they've had. They looked so poor in the first few games. In the first 3 games, they weren't in it. Their hearts were not there, and now they have done it. 6-1, 7-1, a Brazil. 7 goals in the best of 7 reverse sweep. You couldn't write this. What a performance. Galaxy Racer, take a bow. You've made it through to playoffs.
I can't believe this ends with a Brazil. I'm actually shocked. That is ridiculous. Galaxy Racer just compounding the misery. It shouldn't be misery for Dignitas. You know, they're able to lick their wounds and feel sorry for themselves, but you have to take the positives from a series like this, that they were so good for those first 3 games, and they ran out of steam. But as soon as they did, Galaxy Racer, wow, what a way to punish your opponents.
7-1 in the final game is honestly humiliating for Dignitas, considering how they started. Galaxy Racer deserved the win in the end. Amazing performance. I'm so looking forward to breaking this down, along with Smellsworth, after the break.
Jingle smells, jingle smells.
Subpars on the way.
Oh, what teams will survive?
And make it to Sunday.
Hey!
Welcome back to Rocket League Summit 2. It's your boy Smellsworth, and I've got a couple of geezers here with me, Cole and Stumpy. What flavor of Monster are Galaxy Racer drinking? Because I want that flavor.
My man, they're
turned
pure
it around.
mixed. They are pure mixed.
No,
It must be that.
They're ultra good, Cool Cole. Look at
Okay.
that. They honestly, what on earth did that performance end up being? Galaxy Racer woke up.
I wrote that line and I almost read it incorrect because it still said Dignitas. I was like, what flavor are Dignitas drinking? They're playing so well.
Loser flavor.
Yeah.
Oh, poor old Dignitas.
Oh,
I mean,
it was they lost. Sorry,
they did
lost.
lose. I know, but it was just such a good series. I just don't want that to be forgotten. That it was an awe-inspiring series between both teams. Such amazing goals throughout. Galaxy Racer, of course, they stepped up in the end and managed to break through the Dignitas defense. It was a shame that it ended with such a smashing in Game 7. I'm sure that a lot of people watching will disagree with me there.
You've always got to appreciate a Brazil. No matter when it comes in, if it's a fully natural Brazil, I love it. It's so fun to watch. But man, it was, for me, the story of Galaxy Racer in that. I don't think Dignitas did much wrong, realistically. A few times, obviously, like any team will do. But it was all on Galaxy Racer to turn on the game that they wanted to be playing. It was so incredible watching that series. Bear in mind that it all turned round in an overtime as well.
Yeah.
I love the resiliency of this team because yesterday when they played the Giants, the second game, they got clapped. And then the third game and every game after that, when they were playing, it was like they had completely forgotten that had ever happened. And, you saw an even better version of that here today in this series. I mean, it could have been better. It could have been a 4-2, but it did end up being, Game 7 reverse sweep, which I guess is fine. 11th time that's ever happened in Pro Rocket League, apparently.
We did it. We made it. We've made our mark on history, as have Dignitas, so well done.
I'm sure
Really
that
well
Verge is... He shouldn't have said that he didn't care at 3-0 up. That's where he went wrong. The players played the same way. Maybe he said at the start of Game 7, and that's why I didn't touch his stone. I'm going, I don't care either. Why not?
Yeah, but what do you reckon? What do you reckon your speech would be to the players, guys, in that situation?
What are you doing? Stop it! Score more goals. Don't let them score as much. They're so good.
I think at that you just gotta leave. Ba-dum. That's all they should hear. Insta leave.
I think I'd just break back into holiday carols or something like that and see what kind of effect it had. All right, folks, we're gonna be back after a short break and start talking about the next series. Don't go away. More Rocket League action coming at you.